Good to like watch the video and see like.
Just read it.
All right, I'm gonna start reading it.
Alright.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I wanted to tell you, bruh. Alright. Hello, my name is Alex, and I wanted to tell you about my high school years. These years were tough, but it also helped me to become the person I am today. Before I get there, I want to share something that I haven't always talked about. Throughout high school, I've been mostly on my own. I'm the oldest brother in my family, and from the start, from freshman to senior year, I've been carrying responsibilities, sometimes without realizing how heavy it was. Being being the oldest isn't the coolest thing sometimes. People expect you to have it together, like you're supposed to know all the answers, like you're the one who's supposed to guide everyone else. While it might seem like you're the one that controls sometimes, it's easy to forget all the responsibility, and I did sometimes. I'm gonna take you back to where it all began. Freshman year was the start of it all. I transferred to North High School. I wasn't exactly prepared for how difficult things would get. I walked into high school already behind in my classes because my 8th grade math teacher did not show up, and my freshman teacher was practically never there. I remember sitting in class, looking around at other students who seemed to have everything figured out, while I felt like I was drowning in confusion. Just getting to school was stressful enough. I had to wake up at 6 to catch the bus in the mornings, and it wasn't as bad in the cold. I kind of liked the cold, but I knew North High School wasn't for me. I remember a lot of kids would take the bus around half an hour, uh, waiting at the bus stop, and the hot weather did not help. I remember some days it being 110 degrees plus, and we were all bunched around trying to fit in the bus. And once I got in the bus, there was a bunch of sweaty people, weird people, and homeless people sleeping on the bus. It was not for me. I wasn't one to ask for help. I guess I was too proud, maybe, or just afraid to look weak. So I sat there silently, trying to keep up. But the more I tried, the more I fell behind. I spent I spent nights doing math alone, trying to figure everything out. I felt like no one understood what I was going through. But I kept pushing, even though no one saw how hard I was working. I kept trying. I guess I learned pretty on that when you're alone, you have to be there for yourself. This was hard for me. I just wanted to have fun, but I couldn't. I I had little to no friends. I grew up alone and had no one to talk to. I think this year I grew up from being a kid. I stopped uh, wanting to play every couple hours and started doing my work. Um, I'm gonna take like a break or something or cut right here. Then sophomore year came around. I thought I had stuff more figured out, but honestly, I didn't. I was still trying to get my footing in. I was immature, struggling with my responsibility, my own struggles. But one of the hardest things that year for me was adapting and learning to be more mature. Growing up, for me, my parents were my grandma and my dad. But that but that year some fights happened and I realized I didn't mean what I thought I did to my dad. It made me feel sad. Losing my grandma hit me as well. I wasn't the only one feeling the pressure though. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I kept quiet. I was trying to look like I had everything under control, but I didn't. And beneath all that, I still wanted to be a little kid and have fun. Looking back, I wasn't giving myself a chance to grow. I was too focused on what I thought I needed to do for others and didn't realize yet that I needed to love myself before anyone else did. I needed to first figure out how to help myself. Then came junior and sophomore year. I thought I had actually everything under control by then, but my life had other plans. Everything got harder, but it was actually pretty good. By this time, I knew that I could be kind and quiet at the same time. This year taught me a lot of discipline. School was a struggle, especially in college algebra, but I managed through. I remember staying up late and learning formulas. I felt like I was alone, no one else to help me, but I pushed through. Juggling through two quinceañeras, long rehearsals, keeping up with school and work, learning how to drive. Sometimes driving was cool because it made me feel free, but other times I thought it was just like another chore. Being the oldest, I always expected to show up for my family, but it wasn't always easy. At home, I constantly pulled between my responsibilities, taking care of my sibling, trying to help my parents while dealing with my own struggles. As much as I wanted to be there for my friends and my relationship, I couldn't always make time for them. I felt like I was letting everyone down, like I was too busy to be present for the people I cared for. But I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know how to tell anyone that I was drowning under all of it. Being the oldest doesn't mean you have to carry everything alone. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be vulnerable. I didn't realize it back then, but now I know that letting others help you doesn't make you weak. I'm just a human being at the end of the day. One night, I hit my breaking point. I had a huge final exam the next day with a dance rehearsal I couldn't miss. I had to work late, and I remember sitting in my room overwhelmed, and I felt like I was alone. But in that moment, I realized that I didn't have to do everything perfectly. I was by myself, and that's all I needed. I found my strength not in being a perfect person, but knowing that I could keep going even though I felt like I couldn't. I learned that asking for help didn't make me look weak. By the end of my junior year, I learned how to balance everything better. I wasn't perfect, but I learned how to manage my time and energy. I started asking for help when I needed it, and I stopped trying to do everything on my own. I also realized that it was okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay to be lost sometimes. Life isn't about always having all the answers. It's about figuring out who you are along the way. And sometimes you need to let go of the idea that you have to do it all alone. As for senior year, I'm not perfect, but I've grown. I've learned how to balance my responsibilities, how to show up for myself, and how to ask for help when I needed it. And that, I believe, is what makes me to be ready for whatever comes next. Thank you for listening. I kept stuttering, bro.
Yeah.